There are many islands in the sea near Scotland. This story is about one of these islands. The name of the island is Lana. Lana isn't big, but it's very beautiful. It's very quiet, too. There are no houses or roads or cars on Lana. But there's a castle. The castle is very old. A young Scotsman lives in the castle. The Scotsman's name is Duncan MacTavish. Duncan lives in the castle with his dog, Jock. Duncan is very happy on his island. He likes going for walks with Jock. He likes swimming and fishing in his little boat. Duncan's home has a lot of big rooms. A lot of old things are in them, like big tables, chairs, and beds, as well as pictures. The castle is very cold and dark in the winter. Duncan turns on a lot of lights in every room. Duncan gets a letter one Monday morning in April. He asks, "What is this?" He reads the letter. It comes from the power company. If Duncan reads, then Duncan says, "Oh, I don't have £5,000, what should I do?" He's really sad. The only thing I can do is sell my castle and island. Duncan calls a man in London. His name is Mr. Moneybags. Moneybags Mr. sells homes and castles. The king says, "I want to sell my island and my castle." The crook replies, "Okay." After 2 days, he calls Duncan. He tells her, "Dancing Larry wants to buy your island." "Who is leaping?" Duncan puts it. "LaRue's leaping. You know, the well-known American rock star. His lover wants him to buy your island." Dunk calls her a rock star. "Oh." The crook says he wants to see the island tomorrow afternoon. "Is that okay?" He says, "Yes." "Of course," they said. Leaping Up Larry is taking a chopper to get to the island with his girlfriend. They're not on time. The two of them wait for a long time. After that, the helicopter shows up. A tall man with dark hair that is long comes down from it. He's about 45 years old. He's with a girl. She's about 20 years old and has long, yellow hair. She has a small animal with her. It has long, white hair. The guy says, "Hi." "Leap Larry," I said. "The woman here is my girlfriend Roxanne." The woman says, "Hi. This is Bobo, my dog. It looks like the castle to Larry." He tells her, "Look at that old castle. Honey, don't you love it?" Roxanne is not happy. "It's just an old castle." Larry and Roxanne jump and go into the house. It's really dark. Larry can't see when he jumps. He trips and falls. He asks, "Where are the lights?" Dunk says, "I'm sorry. There's no light. My power went out this morning." Lynn says, "I want some hot food." He says, "I'm sorry, but I can't make hot food. I don't have power. There is, however, some cold food." Luann says, "Cold food? No, thanks. I'm going to sleep. I want a hot bath first, though. Also, Bobo wants to take a bath." Dunk says, "I'm really sorry. But there isn't any hot water. Don't use lights. Not any food. There's no hot water." She says, "Roxanne, this is not a place I like." "All right, honey." Leaping Up John says, "Do not call me honey." She says, "Roxanne, Bobo, let's go. The two of them go to sleep. They talk and eat cold food together. Jock looks at them. Roxanne screams all of a sudden. John, Larry, and Jock go to her room. The two of them are in bed together. What's wrong, honey? He asks Larry. She says, there was a noise in the room. What was that? The boy Duncan starts to smile. Why are you so happy? She says Roxanne. She's very mad. He says, look at Jock. Jock is below the bed. He's eating a mouse. What a mouse? She says Roxanne. She screams once more. Duncan and Leaping Larry are waiting for you in the morning. Roxanne and Bobo are not on time. At 11 o'clock, they get up. Duncan greets me with, good morning. There's no answer from Roxanne. Larry, I don't like this place, she tells him. I need to get home. Lawrence says, but, honey. Do not call me honey. She says Roxanne. This castle is old, dark, and chilly. There is no food, hot water, or power. It bothers me. Do you get it? Larry says, listen, honey. This is a good spot for a big new house. Our Californian friends are welcome to stay with us. Davy looks at Jock. Duncan is in Jock's eyes. They think, build a big new house. Oh, no. We want to see the island, Larry says as he jumps. It's okay, says Duncan. My boat is ready for us. Duncan's boat is filled with Larry and Roxanne. Jock also gets in. Roxanne and Bobo are together. Even though the weather is nice, Roxanne isn't pleased. Duncan is asked, what do you do all day? He says, I go for walks. I swim sometimes. I also catch fish from time to time. Then Roxanne says, oh. That's not very interesting. Larry says, listen, honey. We can make the island fun. A film company has people I know. They are welcome to make movies here. A lot of movies. Davy looks at Jock. Duncan is in Jock's eyes. They believe in film companies. Oh, no. Duncan is not happy at all. He doesn't want Larry to buy his island and house. The man does not want movie studios or Larry's friends to be on the island. What can Duncan do? The power company wants £5,000. He doesn't have any money. He needs to leave his home. Duncan's boat has Larry, Roxanne, and himself sitting in it. They have Jock and Bobo with them. Jock sees a rabbit on the island all of a sudden. I love seeing Jock catch rabbits. He jumps into the water and starts swimming to the island. This is interesting, says Bobo. He also jumps in. Bobo is in the pool. Roxanne goes crazy. LaRuse, jump into the water. Come on, Bobo. Lawrence doesn't move, though. Why do you need to wait? She says Roxanne. Jump right in. Lawrence says, but honey, I can't swim. I can't swim. She says Roxanne. She's very mad. Duncan tells me, look. Bobo is fine. He's enjoying himself. Bobo and Jock are swimming together. Lizanne is mad at Larry, though. She tells him, you don't love me. Lawrence says, and you don't love me. You love Bobo only. Then Roxanne says, you're right. She gets on the boat and hits Larry. He tells them, "Don't do that." The boat goes. She falls into the water. She screams. Roxanne is causing a lot of noise. Jock sees Roxanne and Bobo in the water together. What do they have to do? Are they beginning a new game? Jock also wants to play. He goes to Bobo by swimming. Get away. Roxanne goes crazy. Duncan moves the boat in front of Roxanne. Roxanne gets in the boat. After that, Bobo gets in the boat. Roxanne is mad as hell. They say, "Take me back to California. Right now." After some time, Larry, Roxanne, and Bobo get into their chopper. Duncan says, "Goodbye." They don't answer, Larry and Roxanne. There is no more plane. David gives Jock a smile. He's very pleased. He says, "Leaping Larry isn't going to buy our island." That's great. But Duncan has a lot of money troubles. Larry Leap doesn't want to get the island. But where can Duncan get £5,000 for the power company? Duncan calls Mr. Moneybags in London later. Mr. Moneybags says, "Leaping Larry called me. He does not like your island. He doesn't want to get it. I'm not going to sell it to you now either. It's your fault. Say goodbye." The two of them go for a long walk. He's really sad. They walk across the island to get there. Duncan sees a girl there. She's drawing a picture while the sea looks by. A small boat is close to her. Duncan greets me with, "Good afternoon." She looks at Duncan. She looks lovely. She makes him happy. She asks, "Who are you? What do you need?" Duncan says, "My name is Duncan McTavish. This is where I live. Lana is where I live. This is Jock, my dog." Jock seems to be interested in the girl. He also likes her. The girl asks, "Is Lana your island?" "Oh. This is Jean Stewart. I work as a teacher. I work at a school on the other side of the water. The school is closed today because it is a holiday. My boat brought me here. I would paint your island. The colors look beautiful and the light is great. These are good places for me to paint." He looks at the picture of Jean. He answers, "Yes. That picture is great." Jean says, "Thank you." They talk for a very long time. "Where do you reside?" Jean wants to know. The boy says, "I live in a castle. See it for yourself." The three of them go to the castle. Jean tells you, "Your castle is beautiful." He replies, "Yes. But it's dark and cold. There is no power. I do not have any money. I really love my island. It's not making me money, though." Jean sees the castle. She says, "Yes, you can, all of a sudden." "How?" Duncan puts it. Jean says, "People can come here for vacations. They can paint maps of your island. I know how to teach them. They are welcome to stay in your home. It's possible to make a lot of money." Davy looks at Jock. Duncan is in Jock's eyes. "That's right." Duncan talks. These days, McTavish painting holidays are very well known. A lot of people visit the island every year. The house is where they stay. When they're not painting, they go for walks. They go home with their pictures. The castle rooms are no longer cold and dark. The two of them have a lot of cash. The power company is not giving me any trouble. Also, Jean makes great food. The guests are very pleased. Don and Jean are now married. They have a boy and a girl. Jock loves having fun with kids. He sits in his little boat a lot. He sleeps most of the time, but sometimes he gets a fish. He's content.